we started this with the 5S in personal relationships, and with a kind of a Jesse plan, which was not really a plan, but and so we started talking down this road, and we were so concerned that we would lose people because we weren't talking about job site stuff. We weren't talking about how it relates to our work, that we at the beginning tried to make those connections, like tried to talk about it outside the gate, but also bring it back inside the gate so that we didn't lose people. And what we found over the course of the 5 S's is that everybody was gravitating to outside the gate. And a lot of the conversations and the comments and the personal stories and the feedback and everything, it was outside the gate. And so we kind of at that point started adjusting our conversations, and then it grew. And then the vulnerability grew, and the trust grew, and the stories grew. And we realized that, and Justin and I have talked about this, and that's another surprise later, but we've talked about it, that no one talks about that. No one talks about when we outside the gate. So when we leave the gate and we go home, or we check into the gate and we come to work, like, and it's a analogy, but we're like, what does that look like inside the gate and outside the gate? And we focus so much, not just lean and not just our processes and our tools, but like outcomes inside the gate. And I think what we found, and also what we feel, obliged to really lean into, is outside the gate. When you leave and you go home, what are you going home to? What are you bringing with you when you go home? What are you walking into? What are you dealing with? How are you sleeping? How are you eating? What does your health look like? What is your, just your family, everything going on around you, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, all those things. And then what's happening when you're at home that then you bring back when you walk through that gate again. And that space is just not talked about. And I think that's just something that we've realized, that we're talking about it now. And like Jesse said earlier, we're talking about it with people that are in positions in very big companies across the country. And if we can together have these conversations and start looking at ways to make things better and to really focus on the people part of our industry, we can make change.